pancreas, you know that there are light color areas which are groups of cells, and this light color area which is a group of cells here, for example this one here, what is this? Islet of Langerhans, and we know this is producing hormones, insulin and glucagon, right? Outside this, these dark cells here, these cells here are called acinar cells, and these acinar cells make pancreatic juice. Okay. That's what she was talking about. When the pancreas was removed, then these acinar cells were separated, these islet cells were separated, so that they can be regrafted, maybe in the liver or somewhere. They regrow the islet cells, so that they can continue to produce insulin and glucagon to maintain blood sugar levels. What's the next slide? The liver. Okay, this is a very good slide of liver. Not all slides are as good as this one. Okay, and the reason I'm saying this is because here you can see clearly marked boundaries of these structures here, and each of this part here within this boundary here is called lobule. So this is lobule. Usually they are more like hexagonal lobules, and in each lobule in the center you have a vein called a central vein, and these cells here are the liver cells, and liver cells are called hepatocytes. No, hepatic means liver, hepatocytes. And these hepatocytes, we know, they do hundreds of different things, many different things. One is that they produce bile juice, right? Correct? And between these cells, you see the white spaces. These white spaces are called sinusoids. Sinusoids. And somewhere here, you see this thing here? It is not distinct in all of these slides. You may not see in all slides, but here you see it's like a 3, 1, 2, 3 thing, right? It's called as triad. Triad, you have that? No? Okay, don't worry about it. Now here, the flow is, I think this is one part of your questions in the lab report. You remember hepatic portal vein? Hepatic portal vein collects all the blood from the intestines, which also has the food which has been absorbed that we studied today, right? Like the amino acids, like the glucose, galactose, fructose, all those things. And hepatic portal vein goes into the liver, right? It divides into branches. Now, those branches, one of those branches here, hepatic portal vein, one of those branches, from here, the blood goes like this into sinusoids. From sinusoids, it goes into what? Central vein. And from central vein, it will go ultimately out to hepatic veins. All right? So from hepatic branch of the hepatic portal vein to sinusoid to central vein, and from central vein to where? Blood goes out of the liver by hepatic veins. Okay. Now let us do the bile juice. Bile juice goes in the opposite way. Let me show you in a slightly higher magnification. See, for example, blood goes like this, right? Between these cells here, hepatic cells, there is very fine canal. You don't see in this particular picture. Between these cells, there is very fine canal, and that fine canal, the bile juice goes like this into one of these bile ducts. So when the blood goes like this, when the vein goes like this, and the bile juice goes like this into bile duct. You understand this? Any question? Okay. What's the next slide? Alimentary canal. Now this slide, first you have to do the general histology. That is from a slide of small intestine. To see the 4 layers. By the way, you can see this is a beautiful slide to show you the cells. See this lining epithelium, right, in the lumen. See these cells, this epithelium is simple columnar epithelium. 1 layer of cells, columnar cells, right? Very clear. And going out towards the wall. In this wall, the outermost layer should be serosa, right? But serosa here you don't see it is kind of broken here. In all the slides it will usually be broken, so I will not ask you in the exam for serosa. What is the second layer?
Muscular
externa, right? In the muscular externa there are 2 layers. Outer is longitudinal. You see these dot-like things here? See, this one looks circular, isn't it? This layer is circular muscle layer, and outside is longitudinal muscle layer. And these 2 muscle layers will produce the movements, the peristalsis and the movements. Inside that, what is this layer here? The white color here? Submucosa. This one here is submucosa. And then starting from here all the way in is mucosa, right? In the mucosa, you notice this one fold here, right? This one fold, another fold here, another fold here. Each fold is called as villus. Folds are called villi. Villi means folds. Folds of the mucosa. So it's called mucosal folds. In this fold, in this villus, you notice there are 2 parts. One, you see this epithelium, lining epithelium here near the lumen. And then you see the central part here. The central part of the fold is lamina propria. All right. And this epithelium is mucosal epithelium, and this mucosal epithelium is of different types. In the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, it is simple columnar epithelium. Did I explain to you all the parts there? Good to go to the next slide. And the next is esophagus. In esophagus, you have there's one slide here which says esophagus and stomach. So that means there is a junction between the 2, right? In esophagus, there are 2 things which are different. Number 1, epithelium, inner epithelium is not simple columnar epithelium. It is actually stratified squamous epithelium. You know in the epidermis of skin, stratified squamous epithelium, same thing goes in the mouth, same thing goes in the pharynx, same thing on the esophagus. But once it joins with stomach, then it becomes simple columnar. Alright? Second thing in the esophagus is it has special glands called esophageal glands. So by these 2 things you can tell this is esophagus. But this is junction, let us see what it shows.
So in the esophagus, the mucosa layer is the stratified squamous?
Yes. Okay, first of all, what kind of epithelium is this? Stratified squamous epithelium. So this is esophagus, right? you may also notice, not all slides show that. You see some glands here? Esophageal glands. Not all slides show that, but you can identify by the epithelium. Alright? So two things, esophageal glands and stratified squamous epithelium. Let us see if you can see the junction with the stomach. Let us follow it. Let's keep tracking it here. You see the junction? See right here? This part is changing from this part. So what slide is this? Esophagus, stomach, junction. And which side is stomach? Right side.
Or do we need to identify them?
Glands? Esophageal glands? Okay, what is next?
Stomach.
Okay, it says mammal stomach. In the stomach, there are gastric glands and gastric pits in the mucosa. Notice here, this slide is good, so I can show you the oblique muscles also. You notice here longitudinal muscles. Notice circular muscles here. Notice the third layer of muscles here. Was it there in the previous slide? No. This is only in the stomach. What muscles are these? Oblique muscles. And what is this area here?
Longitudinal.
Serosa should be the outermost layer, right? It's not here. What is inside the muscle layer?
Oblique.
Submucosa.
So something.
The submucosa. And then from here starts mucosa. See all of this? Mucosa. Notice that this is full of all the gland cells, right? All of this. So basically all of these are glands called gastric glands, which make gastric juice. And this side here is the lumen. Lumen of the stomach. Not in this slide, but sometimes you will see. You see, for example, this pit here. See this pit here. This pit here. Sometimes you will see it going long inside. This is called a gastric pit. And notice this epithelium is simple columnar. I want to show you in higher magnification. This is simple columnar epithelium, gastric pit here, and all these cells here, they make the gastric glands. Any questions with this slide? Can you identify this is slide of stomach? Next.
Small intestine.
Large intestine looks like small intestine with one big difference. And that is because in the large intestine we are storing the fecal matter. That fecal matter has to move, right? Much of the water from what we eat and drink, that water has been absorbed in the small intestine, right? So fecal matter is kind of solid, semi-solid. So to move it, the large intestine needs lot of lubrication, for which it has large number of mucus cells, goblet cells. Those goblet cells, they make the mucus, right? Mucus skin cells. So that's how you will see, easy to identify. And the slide I have, it says colon. Colon, large intestine. Okay. Oh, this is a very good slide. Okay, let me go back to Forex. Notice we are again talking about the muscle layer, longitudinal muscle layer, circular muscle layer, submucosa. See submucosa here, right? And from here starts mucosa. And in the mucosa, notice all these clear looking cells here. All these clear looking cells are mucus producing cells. And it is showing this way because it cut this way across. If it's cut along the length, it will show you simple columnar epithelium. But you can see here, it looks like some pattern, right? Each one of this cell here is mucus producing cell. So that's what it differentiates easily large intestine from the small intestine. Okay. And what do you have next? Small intestine? I showed you that.
Salivary glands.
So and also notice here, see this, did I show you the lamina propria, the previous slide?
No.
No.
I did.
The white part.
But anyway, one more time. Did I tell you that this is the epithelium, right? And in the center, this part here, this part in the center is called lamina propria.
I thought you meant the stomach.
Lamina propria is the central part of the fold of the villus.
So below the simple columnar.
Below the epithelium. You said tooth in situ? What's the next one?
Salivary.
Salivary gland. Okay. It says the slide I have sublingual gland. You know, sublingual gland is one type of salivary gland, right? What happens is you have three different types of salivary glands: parotid, sublingual, submandibular. They make two types of juices. One which is rich in mucus. I told you that, right? And those cells look like clear cells, mucus cells. Other cells are called as serous cells. However, not in all slides you may see both types. Sometimes you may see all serous cells only. So we'll see, there's two types, not. Dark cells, serous cells. Light cells, mucus cells. This one should be easier one because you see some dark cells here. You see light cells here. Light cells, what are light cells? Mucus cells, right? What are dark cells? Serous cells. That's all you need to know. However, many students get confused this slide with pancreas. They call it in the exam islet of Langerhans. I don't know why. I say, what are these cells? These are SNR cells. So make sure you identify islet of Langerhans. Once you identify islet of Langerhans, you know it's pancreas, right? Is there any islet of Langerhans here? Sometimes when you look at this, oh, this is an island. So you have to be careful. And what's the next one?
Tooth.
Tooth in situ. That slide is not in this box, so let me see if I can find it somewhere there. see that this is a big material, right? Really? You can already tell that this side is the part which is outside the gum line, right? So I'm going to focus on that side to show you the crown, the neck, the gingival sulcus, the pulp cavity, and other stuff. So this one here, you can tell that this is the edge, outer portion, is the crown portion, and what do you think is this? Gingiva. This is gingiva, and this groove here is gingival sulcus. This is where I said many problems with tooth can start here because the food gets stuck inside. Alright. This is the lowest magnification, so I cannot go lower than that. But you see inside, what cavity is this? The cavity of the tooth is called as pulp cavity. This is all you need to know about this. Okay. Next, I have to show you two of these plaques.